Yeah, but and we also show all of these bangers here in the Misfits channel. Yesterday we showed the Blue Wall versus the Koi. Today we have the Blue Wall versus LDLC, the Night Foxes. Now, these two signs on top of us are really different, but that's a mistake that's gonna be fixed ASAP. And we have the first bands really flying one after the other: Zoe, Leona, Nocturne, and Mordekaiser.
Very fast already. Aphelios is being hovered now as well, probably going to get out there, so we see another set of champions coming in as well. Very fun to see. And we're going to look at what the first priority is going to be in this game, as the Mordekaiser and Nocturne were already out in the last band now over at the red side.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the last band. Now, we see a lot of bot lane bans right now coming around. Actually, it's really evenly spread out. We see a jungle, a top lane, and then mid lane, and 2 bot lane bans. So that's good. There's a Morgana. That's a ban I haven't seen in such a long time. I think since season 9 or 8. And now we're waiting. Do we see a priority in the jungle? Do we see again a Talia maybe? We'll see.
Definitely look what is going to happen here on the first side. They have a lot of options, because at this point in the meta, I don't even know what is first pick priority anymore, because we already had a very long time where we just went for the Jinx, for the Aphelios, for the normal things, or maybe some Prio in the jungle. I feel like you have a ton of options, and that's both very nice and scary at the same time, because you never know what you're going to expect.
Yeah, so it seems that those icons are correct. The game just what we're now watching Big versus the Golden Hornets. That's my bet. And yeah, the draft will have to restart. There was a small technical difficulty. So I suspect that both of the band's sides will be the same. Now, what's the first pick priority? That's a big question, Tom. Will it be the Volibear? We saw many jungle priority going around in the EU Masters. Do you think they'll still go for that, or will they go for just a comfort pick?
They might go for a comfort pick, but I really like the Volibear, as it's very straightforward what you can and cannot do. Go for the dives, disable those towers, and maybe get advantages in the side lane you want to do, because I feel like that's still the main thing of any game that you play, especially if you look at a little bit of lower elo. If you can get a very big advantage in the side lane with an easy way like a Volibear, that sounds like a perfect way to get ahead to me.
Yeah, of course. On the other side, if you have a carry jungler, you don't really want to put them on Volibear duty, because yeah, you have a lot of agency in the early game, but as time goes by, you start losing much and much of this agency. You can get to the backline, but you will not be able to do as much damage. They will be able to sustain, and we see supports flying around as the Karma is locked in, and Rakan is a really good answer against the Karma.
Is indeed the Karma first pick. Very safe, and you can do a lot of different things with that as well. And looking at the Golden Hornets from Vitality, they're going with the Rakan Wukong right away. There's a lot of engage possibilities already on the red side.
Yeah, and I want the Yasuo. Please give me the Yasuo. Look at
Yes.
all those knockups. There's a Grand Enders, there's a triple Cyclone. Give me the Yasuo. Give me the wombo combo, please. I beg of thee, go with it. AP top laner, I don't know. You'll find some. There's still Gwen on the board. I want to see Yasuo. I want to see that big old, as I like to say, Bronzodia, press R and win the lane and win the game.
Beautiful. We're going to see if it actually happens. For you, very quick update. We of course have now Big against the Golden Hornets from Vitality. Big is currently 2-0, and Golden Hornets was, before we started this day, 1-0-2. So that means that both teams still have a lot to fight for, as the Trundle has finally been locked in on the side of Big. They need one more to start it off. But they already have a very annoying composition, because once a Trundle or Karma gets to you, you can't run away that fast anymore.
Yeah, of course. You will not be able to almost move at all. We see many Trundles right now going for the Emax. They're playing the full tank after our Lord and Savior Malrang did it for Rogue. You just go full tank at any single pick. I don't know, pick Yasuo and go full tank. It's a really annoying thing. But on the other side, you still have some mobility spells to move around. You don't want to use the clone of Wukong to just escape from a Trundle, because the Trundle can still really easily follow you around. Even if you jump from the one side of the pillar to the other, you still have this big slow, and it's not as comfortable to just move around. But we'll see. We see the both bottom lanes locked up, unless Karma is a flex to mid or top lane. We have a lot of top lanes here in the GLL playing Karma, those annoying picks. But all of those after the second part of the ban phase.
You can of course really punish that if it does happen to go into a solo lane. That's why they probably wait a little bit before they decide where the karma goes to. Very interesting indeed. And like you said with the Trundle, the pillar, I believe Zanzara even called it a dishwasher that you're in, you're stuck in, you can't get out. So hopefully we look at Vitality not being able to fall for that part. As we look at the second
Wait, so
Xerath.
Is the pillar the dishwasher and the enemy jungler the stepbro? Or how?
No comment. No comment on that.
That's a wise decision. I'm sorry about that. Just delete the bot, just watch everything. As we see Agle and Ziggs banned out from the Golden Hornets and from the Big Bears Vex, and we're still awaiting the last ban of this game.
Still waiting for the last one. All those AP options going out. A lot of poke possibilities also not on the table anymore. But Yone is the final ban on the side of Big. Don't want to deal with any of that aggression.
Yeah, for sure. So many mid laners going out of the window right now, and there's still so few options. What do you do as a Golden Hornets? Do you still keep the counter for your mid laner, or do you blind pick the top laner and see what is being left after all those bans and after the enemy picks the mid laner? It seems to be the latter.
The Shen. That's actually just a blind Shen because the karma, like you said, can go anywhere now. Now Big have a very important decision to make. Do they want the karma and top to basically free skill against the Shen? Or do they want to put it back in the bot lane, try to get aggression there and counter the Shen? What would you do?
Well, I think I try to counter the Shen, to be honest with you. I try then to move my aggression top, and that's a really good counter. You have the Poppy, and it counters not only the Shen, but the whole enemy lineup at this moment. You cannot shadow dash, you cannot killer instinct, you cannot use your W, you cannot jump in or out as a Rakan, and there's a Seraphine. Still, we don't know where the Seraphine is. It could be Seraphine mid lane or Seraphine bottom lane.
Both are definitely an option, so Vitality needs to make a very unique and good decision here. What they're going to put in the mid lane. They might go for something like the Corki, or maybe even more aggressive, something like an Irelia that can really punish one of those enchanters in the mid lane, but it's all up to them. But they decide to go for the Xerath, the poke that comes out from them.
That's a lot of poke, that's a lot of range, and if they decide to go in, they go in with a lot of force, both with the Wukong, both with the Shen on top of him. And I don't know, take this little here. No, sorry. Here, the little Rakan with you, because you're gonna be dishing so much damage. Thank you, the Mag, for that idea as well.
Yes, it's gonna be very hard to play against, but if I look at the composition of Big, that also seems not fun to come up against, because they have so much different ways of shielding and healing, of course, with the Karma and with the Seraphine. It's really hard to punish them, especially with Poppy just running around, making sure that nobody can dash into their composition.
You know what I'm saying, from both sides, I feel like there's a tad missing from their damage, especially from the Big side, because yeah, you have the Ezreal. After every game you tab out, you see that Ezreal dealt the most damage in the game, but it never passes the eye test, because usually you just hit the front line, which can absorb 3, 4, 5, 12 mystic shots and don't feel a thing, maybe even heal it up at some point. And there's no actual damage on the enemy backlane. You don't have that burst, you don't have that DPS, you're something in between with that poke. And of course, you have a lot of sustain, as you said, with the Karma, with the Seraphine, but you're still also missing the AP damage.
Maybe there's not enough damage to indeed close those fights out, but if fights do go along and they didn't really find the proper way to engage, it sounds like you automatically lose a team fight against that fight from Big. So I'm actually going to look at Vitality. Can they find those engages fast enough? Are they able to pull the trigger fast enough?
Yeah, on the other side, are they able to answer fast enough? Because if Trundle goes deep, if Poppy goes deep, they have all the answers to just kite back and answer. You have the Shen onto the Kai'Sa or onto the Xerath, you just protect them, and the re-engage, oh, how much of the re-engage there is. There's a quickness with the Rakan, there's a Wukong, there's a Kai'Sa who then can jump onto the enemy backlane, if of course she hasn't used her killer instinct defensively. So I think that's the best plan of action, waiting for the enemy to step ahead and then engage, because if you engage into them, I don't think you would be able to do much versus a Poppy, a Seraphine, and a Karma.
We will find out shortly as we load it up onto the Summoners Rift, where Big is gonna fight for their lives, trying to get into that top 2 position to go on in the tournament against Vitality Golden Hornets.
Of course, and we see Big already having some sort of a plan. They're 5 stacking onto the bot side. Maybe they're waiting for an invade from the side of the Golden Hornets. Yes, that's the point. They used to flash it, but are they right? There's a Rakan with the Kai'Sa, but they're not stacked as 5 as well, so maybe not.
Not going for the invade indeed, but you can see Reborn on the Wukong, taking at least in the pixel brush. This time might actually put a ward down, sees that nobody is there, so that information goes to the side of Vitality.
Yeah, okay, so they have a ward on the blue side, of course. They may be able to track the Golden Hornet jungler as well if he gets a leash. We see a lot of leashes going around in this tournament, so that may give his position away. But what is the clear of Wukong? What does he like to clear? Can he actually do the cracks without getting hiccups in his clear time?
The only way we see to find out. You're still waiting for the Ripbuff to spawn and do something with it. We do see, what is interesting, that both junglers start on different sides of the map, however, so they will not see each other very soon in this game, and that might actually be a thing that especially Wukong wants.
Yeah, of course, Trundle is someone to be reckoned with, not someone to be reckoned with actually, in the early game. His jump just steals down your AD, he's really strong, he has every ability of his is actually a not attack reset, so you don't really want to fight him, especially with the press the attack. But they might be actually meeting because there's a really unique clear from Trundle. It's red into wolves, possibly into Gromp into blue.
Very unique indeed, but he is the rank 1 worldwide player, so I think he knows what he's doing.
Rank 1 worldwide, is it Dale? Is it also Mr. Worldwide?
Maybe. He can at least show us if that is actually true. But the fun fact is, he didn't get spotted on that ward, he walked to the left side of it. So they don't actually know he's there.
Yeah, and that ward expired right now. They have no idea he has hit level 3 and he's running straight towards the top. Of course, we saw Poppy use her E, but if they manage to get the slow of the pillar onto Shen, he's gonna have a hard time.
Son doesn't know, and the pillar is being put down. Flash to get away from it, but a flash for Poppy as well. First blood to Relicct.
There's the first blood. He stays alive. They also got the flash from the Shen. Now Reborn Yami wants to get some damage onto Alpaka, but he doesn't care. He's just a karma. He doesn't even want to farm that much because most likely than not, he's gonna go for the support items, and they're extremely cheap.
Indeed, very cheap. I am interested though that Karma is in the mid lane. What we are used to, at least in the Benelux, is the Seraphine full AP mid and the Karma then in the supportive factor, but they're not opting for that one.
Yeah, the full AP Seraphine has been nerfed a bit, at least in her E ability, but on the other side you can still opt into going W at second and give way too much health and shielding for your team, but there's a trade in the bottom lane.
Oh, that's forward. The auto attacks are going a little bit faster, but very well played by Ecstasy. The heal to go out, and that means it's just a summoner trade.
Yeah, that was a big drop if I've ever seen one. Now rank 1 worldwide doesn't know that he's on a war, but it seems that Somgardit also doesn't know or doesn't care. Maybe now he will not walk away to get some more of the CS, and that gives a clear speed. What's the plan here? Does he want to scare him away?
He just walked up, said hi.
No.
Oh, good dash. He doesn't actually get hit by the stab blast, so he is able to dash out to safety. Didn't get blocked.
Yeah, he didn't get blocked. He actually managed to survive, but now the wave is really screwed for him. He is not able to touch it without getting himself into harm's way. Now, look, it's slow pushing into the Poppy. He already lost half a wave, and if Trundle decides to just get this Cavalcade and run into the top side once again, he's gonna have a lot of trouble.
And of course he doesn't know where the Trundle is, so he has to play very safely. Maybe doesn't even dare to go forward too much. And the rank 1 worldwide player knows that as well, because he's back in the top lane for more action. Actually going onto the Shen, he is stunned in the wall. Doesn't have flash this time around, so Relicct again with a kill.
Oh yeah, that's the Season 4 strategy. You know that since from the moment that he hits level 6, the rest of your map is not safe, so you're not able to die bottom lane there with the Stand United blocking your way, making you suffer. So what do? You just make him suffer first. He's still at 13 CS, 0-0. Poppy has gotten both of the first kills, and after she recalls, I don't think that he'll be able to play the lane anymore.
On the bright side, for the Golden Hornets, Wukong, the Reborn, did go on the bottom side, has a bit of a CS advantage, but in the meantime they're trying to go for a gank, extending that even further. Of course, no CC options quite there if Rakan misses his knock.
Yeah, but where was the damage? Seraphine just pressed W and there's no damage from this gang. That champion is unfair. Riot, please. You're making the Golden Hornets suffer. Don't do it for me, do it for the Golden Hornets, please.
Oh, no, don't nerf the Seraphine. Seraphine is a very good and balanced champion. I totally not misused that in ranked when it first came out. Totally not.
Oh, we see someone is actually biased or the support champions, but anyways, we see big Relic doesn't want to go for the recall. He want to make some Grådighedd suffer. There's the W.
Oh, it's just not fun being dashed back, and of course still no flash, no dash to safety. You don't have the damage quite yet. Well, a good taunt might actually get out. Flash is need to be invested for the Trundle, so that's at least something that they get back.
Yeah, but the next time that some Grådighedd will have his flash available, Poppy will have her flash available as well. There's no surviving this. He has 15 CS in 6 minutes. He has a family. Do something, spare his life, please.
Reborn, please, Wukong, go to the top side. Please help this man out. He needs you. As you could see very quickly in the gold as well, it's already going way in the favor of Relicct. At least they get the dragon in return on the bottom side. Reborn is actually trying to do something back, but it seems like the pressure that Rank 1 Worldwide is putting out is just too much to handle.
Yeah, and the fact that Rank 1 Worldwide is not farming his bottom side like I thought doesn't seem to matter, because the CS differential right now is at 10 with the Drake in mind, and Rank 1 Worldwide already has 1 kill and 2 assists. That's the Shen, that's the Coolfield Warhammer, and that means that he doesn't care for the lost CS. He has gotten a lot of XP in the top side, but he loses the red, or maybe...
Oh, he doesn't, because Reborn gets it in the end, and they get to the blast cone. Oh! Almost being broke by the pillar, but they waited with the blast cone.
That was such a good pillar. He actually, instead of allowing them into going to the Drake pit once again, he splits them into 2. He gets the W from the Reborn Yami, but he gets the flash from Grådighedd. I'm sorry, I butchered the name, to be honest. But he gets the flash from the Rakan, and that means one less escape option, one less engage option for the side of the Golden Hornets, and they might be able to punish all of that mobility, especially with the Poppy being so ahead at the moment.
Because we had the game switch, of course, we didn't look at the names quite yet. I think it's Danish, and I think you pronounced the A as E. Some Grådighedd would it be, but if I am wrong, please correct me in the chat as I look onto live once again. And Relicct, yeah, well, he's making some Grådighedd suffer, because look at the items. Buy me Cinder, Tear against Ruby Crystal and Cloth Armor.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to lane as much. There's a Q after Q that's almost cost 0 mana, especially with the tier, and that means that he's able to control the lane, he's able to poke some Grådighedd. Sorry, I actually butchered it more.
I'm wrong, I'm digging the grave even.
Yeah, so I think that he's gonna have a really hard time. He's already 20 CS behind now. Relicct manages to clear the ward, and there's again rank 1 worldwide. He's gonna be rank 1 top lane as well, I think.
Yep, because he is here once again, and of course the Shen cannot dash when that happens. Flash out, might actually live. Can he get something in return? Yes, he does get something! Finally! Justice for the Shen!
Finally, some retribution, but on the other side, the Xerath used his ultimate and got no assist, so that's something spent without any retribution for the mid laner, who needed to get away from his mid lane to be able to do that, and that let Karma actually even up the CS, and the bottom glass mirror in the Karma's inventory actually means that she will go for the support item, the Seraphine will go for the support item, and that's maybe a really rough spot for the team of the Big Roaring Bears, because once again, where's the AP damage?
Oh, the orb doesn't land. Alpaka wants some of this, but Reborn flashes forward, but there's Relicct to back him up. Agle doesn't get hit, the wall is not stunned, but a Cyclone first stack comes here. Stench United keeps him alive longer. Second stack of the Cyclone is also there. Relicct is going low. Can he finally die? No, Reborn is the first one to fall, and the shields are just too big. Agle flashing over the wall, staying alive, but Relicct is doing the same thing. The bars are so low, but they can't get it. Agle with a snipe though, as finally some Grådighedd falls, and the double kill goes over. The rank 1 worldwide.
Yeah, and it seems that they don't need the AP damage. The Karma is there to just give so many shields that little by little, all that AD will actually stack up and kill the enemies. That fight was looking warm for the Golden Hornets, but oh no, it was so low, so many shields. Oh no.
Not again. He doesn't have flash, he doesn't have barrier. Come on, man, leave him alone. He misses the orb. He gets shot. Oh. Yep.
Oh, that jump onto Xerath's butt was so heartbreaking. Like, he could do nothing at all. He just wanted to farm a wave. Rank 1 worldwide. You're a rank 1 monster.
Indeed, in the bottom side of the map also doesn't really like this Estridil Seraphine combination, because the poke is starting to turn up and they're getting hit by every skill shot.
Yeah, I think someone needs to look at their PCs, because as the copy pasta says, they're good players, but there's something weird. On the other side, there's the Reborn Yami. He tries to get something into the bottom lane, but he looks more interested into getting his camp first, and rank 1 worldwide with his 5-1 and 2 Trundle is already in the boat brushes, looking around in order to be able to bait. Will they be able to bait, and will they get the turret? Let's see.
It doesn't have Red Herald, so it isn't very easy, but a plate does go down. As they just go and try to 3-man it. Another plate going to their favor to get it, but Reborn Yami is here and just stares them down, and of course they run away because he is very intimidating.
Yeah, they will not be able to get the more plates. You know how the plates work is when you get a plate for the next couple of seconds, the next plates get more armor depending on how many people you get there, but they still wanna brute force it. There's a quickness.
Weakness Charm gets hit on the rank 1 worldwide, but he is still alive. Half HP. Man in the Charm, and the dishwasher is being put down as well. They can't get away. Two-shot barrage for Ecstasy.
Everything lined up so perfectly for the big roaring bears. They actually take everyone almost down. Only Reborn Yami survives, but he will not be able to tell the tale to anyone else because his whole bottom lane died. And now they get the turret. Now they get the Drake, or maybe not the turret.
Cyclone, unfortunately no tower shot for him, but the second part hits as well. But the right of the Arcane didn't connect onto Ecstasy. He is alive, but not long enough. Reborn gets one, but now the pillar is being put down. Can he get away? He doesn't. Unfortunately, Ljonja gets the kill there, but Agle is here to say something about it.
Yeah, but I think they just deterred the Drake because they started it up. They needed to let it go because they wanted to save the bottom lane. Although Israel did not survive, they got the kill back. But right now, they don't have enough priority. They don't have enough time in order to get the Drake, and that's a small win for the Hornets. Is it gonna account to anything? It's just a Cloud Drake. To be honest, it's not everyone's opinion, but I really hate the Cloud Drakes at the moment because it really sounds like the most useless Drake to have.
I think it's more of a fashion of all the other Drakes are so good that this one seems bad. But
yeah,
I don't think it's that bad.
Movement speed is not bad, of course, but on the other side, what would you prefer to have? Sustainability, damage, armor of movement speed, of course. It's the other three, but on the top side, there's a gun going on.
The answer to that question is always damage. As they try to get a kill onto Relicct as well, but he's half HP. Gets knocked up, and the Glacial Augment slows him for a bit as well. Reborn needs to get in the bite, but to keep his verdict, gets some out of it. And Relicct keeps being alive.
Yeah, but Tom, where's the damage?
Yeah, the damage is not there, and you told me that this was gonna be a problem.
Yeah, it's weird. They had so much time. They kept hitting the Poppy for 10 seconds, and that just small Yordle. And she kept being just tickled by all the sticks and feathers around. There's nothing that they can do. They can just watch the enemy team get the Drake, get their jungle, get their turrets, and for a retaliation prize, they might get a Wraith Herald.
And I think it's much to thank the Trundle for this, because he has applied so much pressure in different parts of the map, and Reborn is trying to do something against it. He isn't sitting still. He has a CS lead of 22, and it was even bigger just a moment before this. So he's trying to do it, but it seems like the pressure that rank 1 worldwide is putting down is just too much to handle.
Well, you don't get to rank 1 worldwide without being able to apply some good pressure. That's what we say. And that's true from what it seems, because he right now has 100% kill participation. He has 6 kills on his own, he has an item, but he also has a Relict who is really aggressive at the moment.
He had vision on him, quickness is going to be used, so they might get away, but a flash from Relict and Reborn can't get over. But Wukong has been changed, so he actually can get over, and the Cyclone is used for one. Alpaka trying to get the root, but Reborn flashes away. In the meantime, Trundle gets another double.
He's rank 1 indeed, 8, 1 and 4, 100% kill participation still. He did not have the risk here, but he doesn't care. He has the Divine Sunder, the top lane turret will be a thing of the past in just a few seconds, and the bot lane inner turret is getting bombarded by the Ezreal as well. They're getting losses left, right and center, the fan team from the LFL.
I was about to say, why is Ecstasy in the base of the Golden Hornets? That's not how it should go this quickly. 50 minutes in the game, hitting that inner turret already on the top side as well. So they only need to break open the one in the mid lane. And that's going to probably be a very important thing for Big to do, because it opens up the entire map even more.
Yeah, for sure. Well, to be honest, I think the big Roaring Bears have lost one game, right? And the Golden Hornets have lost 2 so far. Am I right?
Correct.
Yeah, so they have both of the L's in the LFL. If they lose this one, I think we should call it the LLFL. I'm sorry about that, chat and Tom and everyone.
Just go on. Just go on. We got to just go on.
Yeah, but everything's looking rough right now. They have some vision around the Baron, but the Baron is not going to be up for the next 2.5 minutes. I don't think it's going to be a Cloud again. I think it's just a Fader back, but Ecstasy might have some issues.
Oh, he had no arcane shift, and Rakan with the knockout makes sure that Rainbow Worldwide can't get into the fight, but they need to clear the wave, and they don't have a lot of wave clear.
That's correct, and only the Xerath can do something at the moment. He's able to clear the waves, but that's not enough. There's more chip damage onto them, more chip damage onto the turret, and there's nothing to be done with the side lanes. Look at the Kai'Sa. She's not able to farm at all. She's still missing her first mythic item, and everyone from the side of the Big Roaring Bears has already their own. So they're really slacking at the moment. There's 6-7k behind almost, and there's gonna be a tad more after this turret possibly will drop down.
Yeah, of course, you see the biggest difference being here in the jungle, 2k ahead, but also the top lane 2k in the favor of Relicct for the Poppy, and only Agle, only the Xerath is able to get a small lead over his lane opponent. But is it going to matter? We hope for the Golden Hornets that they can put some extra fight back into this game, but it's looking very rough right now.
Yeah, as you said, is it gonna matter? I don't know, because actually...
Quickness, Ecstasy gets out with the Arcane Shift, and there's rank 1 worldwide, the knockup comes through. Yami doesn't hit anything, same goes for the True Shot Barrage, and Reborn is drilling, but it's not gonna be enough. And there goes the Rakan as well, being bit down. Stopwatch to buy a little bit more time, but I think your fate is sealed. The last snipe, the Mystic Shot from Ecstasy.
The Ecstasy heard you and wanted to seal his fate, and on the top side there's still more pressure going around for Big. Everything's falling left, right and center. Ecstasy is doing whatever he wants in Summoner's Rift. He just arcane shifts forward like we see a lot of NA guys do, but usually into the death. There's some snipes going around from Agle as well. Nothing hits, however.
But even if he hit everything, did you see that shield? That was a double HP barrier of what she had. That's the Karma Seraphine combo.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I don't think it's gonna matter for the reason that, of course, you have a slight gold advantage, but there's no item advantage at this moment for Agle. Seraphine's item, Karma's item are so cheap. Moonstone Renewer is like 2,500 gold. It's nothing compared to all those heavy mage AP items, so she's able to do so much for her team for now. Of course, the scaling game is a tad difficult. You still scale quite well as an enchanter support, but you lack the damage. You're so reliant on your team to do the damage, to carry you actually in those team fights, and would need to see if the Trundle could descale so much and an Ezreal will be able to do the carrying in the lane.
Well, I see Trundle buying a Titanic Hydra, so that's aggressive. He wants to fight, he wants to extend that lead even bigger, and I totally get that, as they get the second Drake for their team at this moment as well. And they're pushing down on the bottom side, and the Golden Hornets need to try to do something against that, but it's looking very difficult, because Kai'Sa is already half HP.
Yeah, it's really easy to snipe all of them. Look at all those squishy members. Only the Shen and maybe the Wukong can survive some of those kill shots, but it's not enough, and both of them are on the top side trying to pressure onto Relicct, and that means that the bot lane turret is toast, and maybe even them
Alright, well, what goes for it? Two Shabrash being put down as well. And there comes the Encore, but it doesn't hit anybody. As Rank 1 Worldwide trying to do something here. The Hexacortal is being used. Maybe a small bait, but he is actually staying. Ecstasy! Arcane shifting on the tower, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter indeed. They get the tower, they get the teleport from the Poppy. They want to pressure more. There's the ultimate from the Xerath. He wants those health bars going down. He hits 2 of the 4. And there's the Shen as well trying to flank, but they know that's not enough. They know the Poppy still has her W. There's still the pillar from Trundle. So that's the big heist from the big roaring bears. They get the tower, they get the inhibitor, and they get away.
They play so meticulously, very nicely done. Inhibitor being taken down on the side of Golden Hornets. And you look at the gold once again, you see that it's going extremely in the favor of Big. 3k now up for rank 1 worldwide. And now that they have that bottom side down, they can look towards the top side, maybe break that open, or even just start the Baron.
Of course, they have the priority everywhere. Of course, there's some vision going down from the Rakan. He wants to be able to see them if they want to be so sneaky and get the Baron. But we saw yesterday some teams just bypassing that vision and getting 2 sneaky Barons in one game. That's something to be reckoned with. I don't think that record will be matched, but I also don't think that the Golden Hornets can stop this Baron from being taken down.
Well, they're definitely going to try. They have no vision on the Baron yet. It is on 6k and Reborn is alive. He has Flash, he can get over the ball, and he has Smite. 4k now on the Baron. They have vision due to the control ward. 3.5k is left. Can they do something here? Keeper's Verdict needs to hit the monkey, but it doesn't.
Nope, no monkey hit. They're still there. They see it for a bit, the 3k. Maybe he'll be able to steal it.
The suspense is real as the Baron goes lower and lower. 2.6k. It's actually taking damage from the Sunfire of Poppy. So it goes to
Yami!
Oh, he stole it! The Baron has stolen the Cycling comes there as well. He is reborn as a new kind of jungler as he gets it. But can his team get away? 5 people from Big trying to chase. Double flash is going out, but the Encore is still available. Please use it through your team as you get everybody there. And yes, it's only the Rakan that might be one. No, he gets away, Wardy alive, but the knockup stun is not being... Oh! Triple knockup with the Keeper's Verdict. In the base of the Golden Hornets, they are being destroyed by Big.
Yeah, and they stole the bar, but at what cost? They lose the jungler, lose the top laner, and the support. Xerath is alone on the bottom side, but he cannot even get the first turret of the game for the Golden Hornets. They're so behind, so Big just gets all the jungle on their way. They go to the bottom side, maybe even take a reset, but they got so much more out of that Baron that they didn't even get.
No, but Agle on the Xerath, I think he actually saved the game because he pushed that bottom lane away, so there were no minions, there were no Baron stacked waves to go immediately for the end on the side of Big. So even though he doesn't get the tower, he extends the game by a couple of minutes, and there is still hope for the Hornets.
There's still hope. The game is still hard. There's still so much of an way to go, but there's still hope. They are 1 break behind. They are 8k behind. That's way too much. They still have the Baron. 2 people right now. But can they do anything with it? I don't think they can. Maybe just keep the pressure from going onto their base.
Trying to stall, that is the name of the game, and it's going to be difficult, but there is a small chance, and as long as there is a small chance, you need to keep fighting for more and more, and I'm happy that they do indeed that. You can already see 3 people on the side of Golden Hornets going to the middle, really trying to make sure that no more turrets fall.
Yeah, right now I looked in the future, I saw 14,605,000 futures, but the Vitality team still has a hope, albeit it is in only one of them. Let's see if they'll be able to find it. Let's see if they'll be able to channel their inner strange. Reborn Yami wants to find an angle onto the Poppy, but of course he's sacrificing the Drake soul for the team of the big roaring birds.
That's the 3rd one. Now for Big, and Agle might be in a tough spot here, because Australia gives Trundle so much movement speed, and actually the flash needs to be invested to get to safety.
Yeah, on the other side now, how will he survive? How he will be able to get away from that big troll who just chases everyone down to the death? I was talking about the Trundle he's scaling. Of course, that doesn't count if the Trundle is building a Blade of the Ruin King. He will
Oh
not
no.
be as tanky, but he has a Karma and a Seraphine on his back at all times.
You know what? I respect it. They needed damage in their team composition, so the Trundle goes Titanic Hydra into the Blade of the Ruined King. That is a form of damage, and with the lead he was able to push that further and further. So it's a very nice adaptation. They really thought about we need to have someone that actually can apply that.
Yeah, of course, and of course it's also good as an anti-tank, but there are 5 people on Poppy.
Okay, now they go. Golden Hornets was like, the entire early game, you booted our top lane, and now with 5 people we go against you, and he will finally be shut down by Shen. It feels so good to have that revenge, but, oh, he's not done. Rank 1 worldwide going in for more, and Ecstasy can just snipe him away. He's hitting every skill shot, flashing forward, but the heal and the barrier keeping Xerath alive.
Okay, so you spent 5 people onto the top, you finally get the Poppy. What do you get now? Maybe you get one more kill onto Ecstasy.
Reborn tried to find it, but the flash couldn't get him in range. Now with the invisible, with the cycle and the second charge of it, can he get a kill? No, but Ecstasy isn't killing being said. He was still alive. Double kill for him. Rangle Worldwide finally dies to the hands of Stαchυ Jones with the Kai'Sa. The shutdown finally there.
Oh, that's a Lucian Barras!
Triple kill for Ecstasy. This man is not okay. He hits everything.
Yeah, he's Trundle, he's rank 1 worldwide player dying once, and he gets so much of a revenge. He hit every mystic shot, he arcane shifts forward every single flipping time, and he gets so much done. He keeps his team awake, because that was supposed to be the first teamfight that the Golden Hornets would win, but no, Ecstasy had some other plans.
Yes, it almost was an even fight, and I think that Golden Hornets are actually happy with even fights at this point, because the gold lead, even though it's 7k, it decreased. They are getting back into the game slowly but surely, 100 gold at a time, but if that goes on, you never know where that's going to lead them. The Baron is also going to be spawning back up in 1 minute. That might be another time where we see that small mechanical differences can make all the difference in the grand scheme of things.
Whew, let's get some rest, because this game is trying to get
Everything
extremely intense for both sides. There's a bit of a pace going on around. Of course, there's still some lasers running. An Eclipse! Sorry, Ecstasy doesn't want any of my pace.
Leave him alone.
One-shots Kai'Sa!
Yep, it's not fun to be the Kai'Sa this game. Definitely not.
Oh my god, look at the items of the Kai'Sa. It's so awkward at this moment. He needed to go towards the Kraken Slayer, and then the Lord Omning's Regard. Of course, the Lord Omning's Regard only applies onto Poppy, actually, because Trundle has no armor. He only has the plated steel caps.
Oh no. It gets from that to worse. Oh, Agle actually here.
Ooh.
Very good. Spotting out. The Big was waiting in the wings there. Both wide with a good pillar. That might actually enable Big to go for more arcane shift forward. Hunker goes there as well, but the weakness can't be found. And Reborn is already dead. Right at the arcane, hitting onto the back line. But that is a Trundle in your face. And he gets away just in time.
Yeah, now Relicct needs to be careful. He still can be eaten away from the Kai'Sa. He's the tank. One Kai'Sa has built anti-tank especially for him, but they have the clear way towards the bar buff, and they can still lift the Poppy from the other side, making sure that nobody tries to snoop in. No cheeky Reborn Yami will give one more burst to his team, and the second Baron of the game will go cleanly into the big roaring burst.
Even Ecstasy that takes it in the end. The second Baron indeed goes to Big, now having a 9k gold lead, resetting, buying every item they need. Third one's already coming down, even a Hex Drinker bought by Ecstasy. They don't want to leave anything up to chance, and I totally get that, as they now move as a unit through the portals.
Yeah, but look at right now the Karma's build, because she tries to build everything. Do you want a decap? You get it. Do you want the Shadow Flame? You get it. Do you want some magic resist? You got it. You can do everything, and you can gank up on this.
Oh, it's a 5v2. The Rakan is already dead, and now Kai'Sa needs to stay alive, but I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. Relicct getting that kill, but now Big needs to decide. Are they just going for the soul, or just gonna run it down mid?
Yeah, I think they're going for the soul. They wanna get everything. They wanna...
Reborn?
Oh, that's a good donation. That's not a steal. Thank you for the donation.
It was a very good donation, and unfortunately the Drake got donated to the other side. Very unfortunate.
That's my play-by-play cosplay.
I like it very much. Oh, the encore, the flash to show I will not get hit by your encore, you will not get an assist, but unfortunately you have the healing spell and it gives automatically an assist, so.
Yeah, so that happened. So now the mid lane is almost an Earl lane for the side of Big Long Bears. They have a Drake, so 3 Hexa Drakes. That's so much ability haste, that's so much attack speed, that's everything they need. They get the mid lane hero, they get the bot lane hero, and now the Golden Hornets need to take a last stand.
Second inhibitor already falls and the tower is being focused. Finally, they come back for one last stand. Reborn trying to get into the back line. Cyclone gets hit. There goes the knockup as well. Stαchυ United to stay alive longer, but they just don't have the damage. The Trundle was far too strong for the Golden Hornets. And I think this one is indeed going to sting, but the other way that they wanted. As Big is going to take the fight, take the win, and be in the top 2 of their group.